Welcome everybody, my name is François Letarte and this is my channel D30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. Today this will be a flip-through of the role-playing game Humanish. No, it won't be a review. I've never really read it. My goal here is to flip it through and comment what's in there. I wanted to talk a little about that game that is on my shelf. It's in my shelf of hope. I'm hoping to try it once. So I will talk a little about why I have this game, and I will flip through it and comment what's in there. I think it's a game that has many reasons to be known. Okay, personally, I think that there's lots of good stuff about this game, and yeah, I will talk to you about it. First of all, why I'm doing this flip through? Well, one of the reasons that is not related to that is because I want to make a video in English by request of Ivan, who hopes that I make more videos in English, or here another video in English. Yeah, I know that I do lots of French stuff because I'm filling the holes of subjects that are not covered in the French side of the role-playing community on YouTube. Because we're not as much as from the English side, so yeah, I'm filling the holes in French in some way. But yeah, I will try to make a little more videos in English. And I want to talk about that game. Why Humanish? Why did I bought that? First of all, well, it's not a reason why I've bought that, because vampires and World of Darkness and the Underworld movies and Mary Shelley's, is it Mary Shelley's? Oh man. Okay, all those stuff, World of Darkness and all that, it's really not my cup of tea, okay? It's really not something I am attracted to. I don't have any intentions of playing that, though maybe I will play some World of Darkness with some game masters will show to me, but it's not my cup of tea. I have no intentions in getting into there. Because the vampires and their bad poetry, it's not problems that I care. Okay, okay, but nevertheless, I did want to buy it. First of all, it's a game from Bottley, from Arion games, so that is a publishing company that I really love. They are the one who are making advanced fighting fantasy, so I'm quite interested in what they're doing. So I wanted to encourage Graham in writing that. The other reason is that that game works with the phase rip system. What is the phase rip system? Well, it was a game system that was introduced in that TSR's Marvel Superheroes, with the famous universal table that tells you everything you need to play the game. And for me, I thought that playing vampires, but from the superheroic side of it, is more attracting. It's more attractive to me. I felt that I could be at ease with a concept like that. So that's why I've bought it, and I've backed it on Kickstarter, and I also by privilege to write some stuff into it. So so today I will just flip through the book. It's a hardcover, nice drawing over there. The book is in black and white. So flip through and comment. Humanish, even those who are less than human may aspire to be so. Yeah, that is what is written on the title page. There's 8 chapters, some appendix. So okay, that's right. There's an introduction that I've read talking about what is the the inspiration of that game, and he talked about World of Darkness, of course, but I think there was a show on BBC, Being Human. Yeah, it was more inspired like that, with the humor of that TV series. We have it, so that's the introduction, and after that we have the rules, which are the basic phase rip rules. A very simple game system, okay? It's a percentile based. You have to roll high. You have ranks for your different stats. The phase rip, well, it's fighting, agility, strength, endurance. That is the 4 physical stats. And you have reasoning, intuition, and psyche, which is the mental stats. And you have, ranks, 0, terrible, bad, average, decent, great, world class, fantastic, okay? And for every rank you have, of course, the better you are. Yeah, well, there's a universal table that is in black and white. Yeah, that is something a little unfortunate about the game. That is a comment I want to make, but I think the universal table would have to be there in color, like the old phase rip. But nevertheless, we could manage that, and I think we can have that table on the Arion Games website. So you have to roll the dices, and the greater you have, the more chance you will succeed at what you're doing. If you are getting a white result, well, you have failed. When you're getting a bronze result, which was the equivalent of the green in the original Marvel, you have succeed, but it's a marginal success. Silver, which was the yellow success, well, it's a better success, and the perfect success, it's the gold, which was the red in the phase rip. So that's how it works. Depending on what you do, it has some effects. Sometimes you roll a bronze, but it's not quite enough. Okay, it can have some consequences. So we have the explanation. What is perception, powers, soul? Each supernatural creature has an additional characteristic. Yeah, something that was not in phase rip. Soul. This is a measure of how much of the original personality remains in the shell of the character. Supernatural, such as vampires, werewolves, and ghouls, face a constant struggle to retain shreds of their original soul, whilst warlock, psychics, and immortals, still being alive, have a stronger grasp on their soul. I'm reading a little farther. If a supernatural ever reaches 0, they transcend normal boundaries and become an NPC. So you have to retain your soul in order for your character to be a player character. Otherwise, they become an NPC. Okay. Specific energy. Each supernatural has a specific energy type, that they can generate and spend to achieve even more spectacular results. All detailed in chapter 6. So let's get to that. Combat. Combat is very good in that, with the table. They are very colorful. Okay, all the effects you can achieve, and all the way you can avoid the attacks, and it's very it's very theater of the mind-ish. Okay, it's very descriptive the way it works. I remember in the old Marvel, it wasn't that much precise on how much you can go when you move and all that. It was called areas, and it was a very broad measure, which I think would be easily transposable into that. So a whole combat chapter. Healing is in that chapter, and the equipment. In that you don't have the money is something that is also quantified with a rank, the same rank as the basic ability. So it determines what you can buy. If you want to buy something, you have to roll on the table, and it will tell you if you have the money now to get it, depending on how expensive it is. We come to chapter 5, character creation. I've made a character. I told you that I've wrote something into that. Well, it was an archetype. I really like the way characters were made. It's not as random as Marvel or the other phase rip that I ran into Brigade Con 2 years ago. It's not as random. You have more choices, more grasp on what you do. And there are some backgrounds example because you have some skills. Okay, there's not a very long list of skills. When you take some sort of a background, you have some abilities that will add or that will shift the column, that will get you a better rank into what you're doing, because it's all based on your basic attributes. And yeah, you have some bonus if you have some, well, they call it specialty here. We have a list of specialty and what ability is attached to that. Supernatural origin. So yeah, you have to choose your supernatural origin, which is ghouls, ghost, vampire. Yeah, oh yeah, you have them there. Okay. You have the psychic, the warlock, the ghost, werewolf, vampire, fae, ghoul, and immortal. And supernatural types, so we have an example of what they can do. Okay, they have abilities, some powers attached to them. It's not like in Marvel when you create a superhero that you can have any powers. You have to choose carefully your supernatural type, because there's a list of powers that comes with them. Like vampires, they have emotion control, regeneration, resistance, physical, super sense, and provision, and transformation bat. They transform into a bat, figure that. Okay, and the soul and all that. Okay, the werewolf, some, yeah, very good description. Couple of pages for each of them, just to get you into it. Fae, the warlock, ghost, which has the invisibility power. The ghoul. Yeah, that I created a ghoul. I will show it to you. The psychic. Yeah, lots of pages for each of them. And once again, all our friends, but more in action with what they are in reality. After that, you have setting and advices. So some advices, I won't read them. I don't know what's in there, but yeah, some advice. Type of campaigns, they said action, humor, investigative, dark, origin, play as self. Oh yeah, play as self. This type of campaign can be the most challenging and would not be enjoyed by many. It involves the characters being modeled on the lives, abilities, skills of their player. That could be good. That could be good, Okay, antagonists and allies, a war between supernatural types, enemy organizations, friendly organizations. Yeah, there are some sidebars. I think there can be can bring some inspiration. Yeah, the Watchers, this centuries-old organization of mundane mortals, psychics, and immortals, have dedicated themselves to watching the supernaturals and keeping them in check. And we have the Tenebris Lux Mundi, originally founded in Rome, soon after the fall of the Roman Empire by a senator whose family has been massacred by a werewolf in the province of Germania. This organization recruits normal mortals who have a special gift known as sensitivity. Okay. Chapter 8, NPCs and monsters. So you have a bestiary in that. Some animals, bats, bear, guard dog, wolf, mundane mortals, and normal adult. Figure that if you know about phase rip, they are all average. Average, I think phase rip it was called typical. You have professional, police officer, enforcer, soldier, thug, some supernatural enemies, a hunter. Look at the hunter. You have already an adventure in the head with that. A feral vampire. We have a feral werewolf. We also have a feral ghoul. But what is feral? Okay, I'll have to read that. A goblin. Yeah, let's have a goblin. Like in Harry Potter, maybe. A revenant. We have Barrow White, which sounds like Barry White, but it's not Barry White. It's a Barrow White. A demon. Of course, we have demons. A true Fey Lord. Yeah, that guy will give trouble to your characters. And a Barghest. Well, seems quite evil. And we have the archetypes. Okay, so the archetypes were the one created by the backers who have paid a little more to have, something to write in there. So we have Lorenzo Guerra, which is a vampire. Inspector Lee Chinzer, a werewolf. Professor Cuthbert Miller, a fae. Nellie Wigmore, a warlock. Morgan Cooper, a ghost. Jean-Daniel Bien-Aimé. Oh, it sounds French. Yeah, it's because it's the one that I made. It's a goal. Yeah, just to talk to you a little about Jean-Daniel. Well, he's, was born in Ontario, in fact, in Canada. But his parents were lucky enough to flee from Haiti under Duvalier's dictatorship while his mother was pregnant with him. So he was raised, in Canada, in French Ontario. His special thing was climbing. He really liked to climb mountains. And it was some sort of an obsession, and it was always better and better and better. And his obsession was so strong that, nothing would stop him to climb a mountain. And at some point, he fell down in one of the cliffs he tried to climb. I think it was, the Matterhorn in Italy. So he was dying, but he was retaining, his will to still climb, and then he became a ghoul. That's how it happened. And then he's roaming around that mountain, haunting other climbers who are trying the mountain. Yeah, so I really wanted to make a mix, a guy with a French-sounding name, a guy from Haiti, so, a Canadian, but, from Haitian, I don't know if it's the right word in English, but origin, and, he was very good in sports and climbing. And a glossary, of course, we need a glossary index. Okay, it's a very simple game, and like I said, I really see myself running that and having fun with that. That may be the only vampire type game I will ever have, but that is a good one. I like the phase rip system. I like the fact that it's not, as complex as the vampire background. I can think vampire or ghouls or all the supernatural types and make it my own there. But it's quite a cool game. And I'm really looking forward to play it. It's in my shelf of hope. So maybe one day I will make a one-shot with my friends here or maybe online. We'll see. I'm quite, these times around, I have lots of projects already, with RPGS. I still want to make the one-shots of every kingdom, and I have All for One. I have some other games running, so I don't have that much time. But since it's a very, easy book to read, not very long, it's a 100 page, a little more than 100 page, but how many pages? 109 page. Okay, it's very, and you have all you need in there. I will put the link below, of course, if you want to get that book. It's also available in PDF format for a very reasonable price. So it's worth checking out. It's worth encouraging Graham in his work and Arion Games. That is the only book for Humanish. I don't think there will be any expansion for it. I haven't saw anything announced on their forums. But what do you need more? You have everything you need in there. The expansion already exists. You have that in fictions, in novels, in movies, in video games, in other role-playing games. So yeah, you have enough expansion just by taking ideas from that and bringing that to life into humanish. So if you have any questions, comments, if you want me to check out something specific in that, yeah, feel free to leave them below, and I will be happy to give that to you. So François Letarte, JDR D30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.